Hello, whoever's watching, whoever you are, lovely person, people, and there have been people showing up now. I think because I've done so many of these things that, like, YouTube has just out of obligation or something, I started throwing them into people's random playlists and stuff to dare them to click on. I am now reading to you from Anachronisms, and I've been doing this for a while, about 2 years maybe, that I've been reading them. It's a performative oral interpretation of my own work, a set of poems that in a project called I call Anachronisms, which I started 20 years ago, and started posting on a fairly regular basis, mostly 20 to 30 times a month, more so even since over the last couple of years. I've almost posted on average every day. They are poems paired with, since at least late 2011. I started the blog, and that's what I was saying. Is I started posting them in July of 2006, and I say 2006, and I always forget whether it's 2006 or 2005. And I look again just to check and double check, and it was July 2005 that I actually started this, posting them to a blog called ANACHRONIZMS.blogspot.com. And the Anachronisms ends with the letters ZMS, and not SMS as it would normally have been. I think maybe that's a German way to spell anachronism, but it's just the way that I did it too, just to be different. And maybe because I think I started doing that when I started the blog. I'd already called them I was calling them Anachronisms, but Anachronisms with an SMS at the end was I think taken by Blogspot, so I checked to see if ZMS was possible, and it was. So then from that moment on, they were Anachronisms. That's a true story, as far as I can recollect anyway. So I'm going to be reading to you from February's. I've done all the month of December's. I've done some random otherwise, going way back. And I'm about halfway through the months now, February. We are at 2013. I am coming to you, though, from February of 2023, believe it or not. And but the first one that I'm going to read for you tonight, it is night where I am anyway, is Anachronism number 1827. MDCCCXXVII. They all start with a Roman numeral, unfortunately, or for better or worse. Some of them have, especially after about 2011, 2012, most all of them have titles. So they're really subtitles, but I call them titles. This one is good-natured. Good-natured, with a hyphen in the middle. Two caps, good, G, and natured, N. And this one was posted Friday, February the 1st in 2013. I do notice that I try, when I'm reading these, to give you an indication because of some of the ways that I write. If I've misspelled something on purpose, or if it's in quotes, I usually just use my little square quote hands. If it's various things. So just something to keep in mind. I've been noticing that I do that, and I feel sometimes like, and sometimes I don't on purpose. But I think a lot of the times they're meant to be noticed. So I say that I tell you that this is in parentheses, or this is in brackets, like as if it were instructions in a play, business as we call it, directions. I have 2 degrees in theater. It's good-natured. Flying is not merely having wings. That is an epigraph I put in by Sue Rosen. It is just that nothing seems incalculable. Nothing seems incalculable. So I walked uphill for another half a mile. Nobody is waiting on me, but soon it's tomorrow. Another last day when I need to let people know I'm definitely interested. Maybe I just need to find Peter's party. We could veg the entire afternoon and make French toast and bacon afterwards, but I got really momentarily belligerent talking about an assistant position, should one be available. So that was 10 years ago. The saga started 10 years ago. My own personal saga with, I've worked plenty of jobs, but they've must all been contractual, except for one in which I was let go after less than 2 months due to the pandemic. So, just a little personal. You'll hear a lot about my quest to try to get a job, I think, in these poems. It's very frustrating and weird and kind of surreal thing sometimes. But things are still looking up. Things are looking more up than they have been in a while, put it that way.